Hey, so man, welcome back.
So Forex is stupid.
And man, I'm actually excited to be in the trenches with you right now. Um, so before we get started, make sure you go press that like, share, and subscribe, man. Press that button so you never miss an exercise. If you like it, encourage me, man. Like I said, I get discouraged a lot, so this is going to help me not be discouraged and fully focus and fully believe in not only myself but into you. So in this lesson, if you have not went over the previous course, we're specifically talking about how to identify trends. So in this lesson itself, we're going to go on how to identify a trend. We're going to briefly talk about identifying major high and lows. And then we're going to also talk about identifying optimal trading zones. And these levels must be tested in the past before it could be a valid zone, okay? And then I'm going to show you how to just look at the latest swing high, swing low. All right, so let's talk about this sale. So we're going to see if price is buying or selling. All right, so right now, looking at the chart, you can see that the market is strictly going down, right? Boom, 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 boom. This is a week time frame, so each candlestick represents a week. Doesn't matter how big or small the candlestick is, but I don't want to focus too much on that. I know this is the week time frame. You do not trade on the week time frame. It would take a long time, but this is strictly for practice only. All right, because if you could do it on a higher time frame, like a day, pulling back on a higher time frames, looking at the market, and then be able to make these decisions, it's actually easier. So we're going to go to this trend line here. And as you see, at some point in time, price was selling down, right? Price selling down. And now um, price brought down to that point. And the reason I want you to let you know this, hold on. Prices at here. We don't know what happened in the past, but this is where price is, right? It got down to this week down here. I do include the weeks, so how these weeks are down here, or how this week is. I do include weeks for me. But then I pay attention to the obvious close of the candlestick to see where price went at, right? Is this actually giving me equals or is it giving me um higher highs or higher lows, right? So I put on this wick right there. Now, price was selling. I need to find where price can pull back. All right. So I can't see where this high is, but at this point, this would be considered the low. This would be a low. All right. And then price come back and it creates a new high here. All right. When I move this, you want to connect the next swing low to the swing high, right? So this wouldn't be because when price came back down, it respected this, but when it did it again, it gave me an equal close, right? As you can see, these wicks are similar in the general, the same area, and then when price made another attempt, it became the highest on the right side. But if you look at it, it's still in the general zones of the wicks. So we want to go where the highest wick is, right? So this would be the highest wick. I'm just telling you how I draw this, okay? How I learned it, how my educator taught me, and what made sense to me, right? Now we must connect this high because we're looking at obvious highs and lows. As you can see, this was a high right here. This was a high right here. This was a high right here. We want to look at the obvious highs, all right? Major swing highs, major swing low. So that's a major swing high. And then when price broke into new lows, you want to go to where price went down at, right? So this is where price went down and made a new high, new low, new high, new low, new high, new low, new high, new low. So these are all squeezes. So we're gonna do it like this. So that's a zone, major high, major low, swing high, swing low. I mean, you can say this too. You can get like ticky with it if you want, but honestly, this will just push all the way down here, right? And then on the smaller time frame, you can look at that more. So that'll be the overall low. These are lows, right? This is the overall low because then price got it down here and they made general zone here, right? So this is a new high followed by a new low. So we're going to identify that with this zone, and then I'm going to show you the testing part when we get done. This is a new high. Change the color, followed by a new low. And I use these as zone. So followed by now, you see where that low is. Price went there a couple times, right? We want price to pull back. Now, if it's going to continue to sell, right? It would either break the high or break the low. Price pull back, right, to here. But which took out the previous high, right? And almost went back to the original high here. It just couldn't make it, right? Couldn't make it. But it tried. And if you look left where this first yellow zone is, it has been tested in the past too. So these are very key zones. Boom, boom, and then when price come back on this time, where we are, price bought back up. So high, low, swing high, swing low. Come back to retest this high, swing high. Price did not, it took out this high, yes, but price has to come back to retest this low too, right? So these are lows, but I want the obvious low, like high, low, because that low should have been really right here. But I need that retest low here, low, high, low, all right? Because everything in between this high and this low is nothing. So even though price broke this high, it has to come retest this low. So price come back up here to this previous high and then retest this low, right? Close below. So this would be a new low. Now we gotta find a new high. This essentially will be a high. Close above. Yeah, so this will be a new high. Because you see this where the candlestick closed, open, open, closed it. It wicked up to that point, but it didn't close at that point. So this would be a new high, followed by a new low. And then price has to go find a new high. Which I said I go off the wicks for the highs. I do zones off of opening and closing and the wicks of the candlestick, followed by a new low, followed by another high, which is lower, and a new low, right? So previous high, previous low. Price make a new high here, but it can like close it. So it came back down to retest this low, which is the yellow. And when price broke up below it here, boom, broke below it. Price created a new high and a higher low. So this was a high high, followed by a higher low right here. Followed by another higher low. Then followed by another higher low. So the highs are creating higher lows. All right. And then price is connected from a low high here followed by a lower low, another lower low, followed by a lower low. See how all this started to come together? Followed by a lower low, followed, yeah, lower low, hold on, no, um, yeah, and then followed by a lower low. I'm tripping. Do you remember when it said price started to create, like doing a lower low, then it's create a lower high, then we could be looking at a different trend. So we're gonna go over here, and as you can see, price created a lower high. So we're gonna talk about that later. So this was followed by a lower high right there. All right, but focusing on what we just did, right? You want to point out the obvious highs and lows. Obvious, right? So the high to here, to this low, to that high right there, lower high, to this lower low. Price come back to retest that previous high, right? So if you look at it, because this is the original high where price fell out of when it first made the high, and then price broke into a new lower low. So this is a major support level. Well, we're gonna put it right there. But that's a major support. It was major support level right here, and then right here was a major resistance level, right? Because as you can see, they acted like that in the past, and then price broke out of it. So lower high, higher high, followed by lower low. This was a key zone right here. All right, so this is now a major resistance that can act as a support. And there's a major support level right here. Price went in there a couple times and rejected. So now this is considered, right here, consider a major support level because this was the low. High resistance, low support, so major support level. All right. So higher high followed by a higher low, followed by a higher low, followed by a lower low. Okay, and then price come back and retest this overall major resistance level. Didn't get there, but if you look, have it been tested? This high been tested in the past? It has. So price can revisit back up there at some point in time, and then price revisit create this level here. But if you look back, price actually been there a couple of times, and then sold back down. And this is the lower low, followed by lower high. And then price came down, creating a new low. This ain't no low. I'm looking at that wrong. High. Price has to come back down because it didn't take out this major high resistance level. So we're selling. So price sold all the way back down to here. If we drop down to that candlestick to the day, probably could see where this in here is probably was consolidating. There we go. Yeah. So price higher low, lower low. Consolidate just a little bit in here. And it stays acted as a major resist support level here in the past. Now it's resisted back down. Now it's support up here, resistance. So there was major support right here, major resistance here. Major resistance here, and price still resisting it back down. All right, so price didn't get that high, come back down, breaking into a lower low. So now we're going to continue to sell. Price pullback, creating a higher low right here. Um, yeah, and as you can see, because this is this high right here. If you pull it to, let's say price hadn't did much here, it's right there. Make sure I do the wicks. Now look in the past, price has been there a couple times as a support level, and then it has been there too as a resistant level. All right, new high followed by a new low. In order for price to break any of this, it has to create a high that's higher than this high, or it has to go into a new low that's lower than this low. Price consolidate a little bit, going back and forth here, but it's breaking out below. Boom, boom, yeah. And then price gap to this low, which is the high, and then broke below, creating lower lows. That lower low also it is. I'm gonna show you something because I know I'm like spacing out because I'm trying to look at it at the same time. So this is a higher high. Now we're going to a new higher high. It's here. And then followed by a lower low. Boom. See if price has tested that lower low in the past. Have price tested that higher low in the past? If you look, we're in the same area where that lower low, previous lower low was just at. So we're good. Could be used in the past. And then that lower low, you push it over just a little bit. It has not been used in the past before yet. So because it's a new lower low. Price created a higher low here and then broke into a whole nother low. So followed by this higher low, boom, into another low. Then boom, boom. So let's go back to the week. All right. And this is what we got right here. So the main thing you want to do is identify your high and low. All right. So that's kind of pretty. It's easy to read. This is GBP CAD. So I want you to mark up your highs and lows like this. Boo boo. Like if I go to a new chart, let's just GBP CAD. Let's try EUR CAD. So this is what I want you to get used to doing, right? My bad. I showed you the homework part. I was trying to put this on the month and just show you what you need to do. Okay, this is crazy. So to be able to identify those swing highs and swing lows. So We're gonna use the here. The highest price bid. This the lowest price bid. All right. I want you to practice on it. Price pull highest to low price pull back. Creating a new a higher low followed by a lower low just here. Boom. So if price don't break above or break below, we're still in it. We're still in the sale, right? If we ain't doing nothing, if price don't break above or below, price break above, then we're looking for a buy. Price break below, we look for a sell. Price turn around, buy back up here to retest. Boom, we got our next previous high, previous low. Mark that previous high. Let's see if it's gonna make a low. That's a low. Let's see price can continue. But this low ain't break out the low. Is it gonna respect it? Okay, price come back down. Has to be a new low, so it hasn't broke yet. See how price brought this high up to this point. Some may think that we could be buying. I mean, we were temporarily, and then sold again. So previous high, previous low. I'm trying to find a chart that I could do it on. This ain't the chart. Let me go down to the week. Okay. I don't like this one. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It was just on GBP. Um, I'll just re-explain this part again onto the for the downside. So this is what it look like for the other side. We're gonna do the same thing for the downside, right? But let's look at this ranging market right here. We'll pull it up. So ranging markets are creating basically a range back and forth. So anytime you can't really tell the direction of the trend, you don't know if price actually buying, you don't know if price actually selling, then you should not trade it because 9 times out of 10 it could be a ranging market. Price come back up. We need price to break above that ranging market to see what it's gonna do. Then it hasn't broke above yet, so it's still ranging. Need a break above candle. Almost. It didn't close above. The next candlestick did. Boom. 1, 2. All right, cool. Now we need to pull back into that range. So this is what a range is gonna look like. 9 times 10 is found either at the top of the trend or the bottom of the trend, but I'm not confused with that. But the range is literally price not knowing where it's going. So let's look at this for the upside. So let's see if I can find a nice uptrend. This hasn't happened yet, but we can start right here. This one's pretty nice, and then we'll day. All right. So once this downtrend ended, price created a lower low followed by a lower low followed by a lower high, and then these lower highs are equal. Boom. We need price to break outside of this, right? So price go from this low to this high because it be about this high, and then pull back to the low to retest here, here, here. Try to go back to here, but it created a high. So this is a high low followed by a high, lower high. How do you say it? I get confused. And then price has to break for the buy, right? Up here. Obvious. Yeah, this high is higher than this high right here. Lower low or higher low, whatever. And then price all buy all the way back up here to this high. And this low. All right, so some things I want to point out. All right, prices created higher highs. High high, followed by a high high, followed by a high high. And then this it's kind of equal high. And then we have price going from making a high low, high low, high low, lower low, right? So every time price broken two new highs, we're breaking was a break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. Price tried to break the structure here, didn't really get it. And when it came back, retested that low, price broke the character of the market, right? So a change in character here, right? Break of character. I mean, yeah. Break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. Then you have the break of character right here, or the change of character, whatever. All right, so that's how I want you to work on your highs. Even if you go down to a smaller chart, like let's go to where price is right now, right? Because see, price broke down to this low. This wouldn't be the lower low. I mean, yes, it would, because this low is not lower than this low, and this one is the next higher low. So price would come down to here, creating a low, followed by a higher low, lower low, right? All the way down, actually. Price actually go all the way down here. Then you pull back there, creating this low down here. Um, so this is what price look like in an uptrend. This is what price look like ranging. And this is what price look like in a downtrend, right? So if you can just identify, like how we just did over here, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, right? And then turn around and take uh your triangle. And then when you're doing your highs and lows, just mark them as zones. Like this is my previous high. Boom. This is my previous low. Price broke above this high to this low. See what I'm saying? See, these areas are key areas, right? Here, price had a hard time breaking above, but when it did, it came back and retested into that level, right? Same here. Same here, I meant. Price sold all the way down, created a new low, and then bought all the way back up. Right, so this is a new high, followed by a lower low. See what I'm going here? Do you see what I'm going here? High, high, lower low. Okay. Followed by the next high, followed by the lower low. Look at that. Pullback is, and it tells you type pullback that is too. All right. So price pullback to not the the previous resistant level. I mean, the previous high. And yeah, it's in the middle, so it's a medium pullback. It didn't pull all the way back to the previous low, so it's not a deep pullback. So it tells you what type of pullback this is. All right, then price create a new high, followed by a low. Look at that low. Price create this low, come back and retest that previous high. All right, and then when price came back and tried to create a new high, what did it do? Gave it an equal high. Price came back in that zone where it made that low, and what did it do? Broke below. All right, and then it didn't just break below. The candlestick broke and closed below. Broken close right here, pull back to here, retesting that zone, broken close the next candlestick, and boom, continue to sell. So I want you to just try this. Just mark it. High, low. Take a trend line. Mark high to the low. High to the low. That's what I want you to do. I showed you. I'm not go too in depth into showing you what is it called? Showing you like the trading zones. Like I showed you the trading zones. We're getting more questions and today. We'll be talking about entry and exits. But I just wanted to give the base info. The base info. The base info. If we're buying, we buy low. All right. Small pullback. We're gonna buy some more. So this is the example I want you guys to follow, okay? If you just did not get the exercise, if you just did not understand the exercise, I got you. And I apologize, I've been spacing. Uh, it is 11:57 at night, so I apologize. But I have to continue to push forward. All right. So this would be a buying scenario. All right. All right. So in this scenario, I want you to identify the high. I want you to identify the high and the low. Just doing this. Mark it like the previous high, previous low. Just doing it. Previous high. You can change the colors. We not getting in no way right now. Previous high, previous low. Previous high. I mean new high. No, I keep saying new high and then followed by a new low. Okay. So in order for the next transaction to happen, all right, price already validated that this low was good. You start to buy. And as you can see, higher high, higher lows. Swing high, swing low. Key, if you mark this thing up on the day, and even if you mark this thing up on the week chart, just the highs and the lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, you can drop down to the smaller time frame and utilize it. Like I see so many people drawing swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, and they be on a smaller time frame. Like, bruh, if you pull back, literally, look, I'm gonna put it right here. Pull back to the week chart or even the monthly to practice on marking obvious highs, obvious major highs, right? You should definitely do that. It's gonna help you with your eye. It's gonna help you mark them. You can even go down to your day, so you can do your monthly, your weekly, and even your day. All right. But if I am trading on my day, which I do, right? For the bigger picture, I need to pull back on my week. All right. That's something that has helped me. If I'm on trading on my day, I can use my day time frame for the things I need to do. All right. But if I do it on my week, it giving me a higher chance to mark it up. Like y'all saw when I marked it up on my week, right? And it's dropping down to the time frame, then change it. So just like in this display, price continued to buy up, and it did. So now we got a price create a new high. We need price to come down and solidify, confirm a low. Hasn't came back yet. Still going. And if price will confirm the low, it will stop somewhere here, somewhere in there. It's never gonna pull, and it even do a deep pullback into this previous high, right? But price started to go into here to retest that low. We want to see if price break the low because obviously it disrespect the high. So now it has to respect the low. All right, so even if price stop here at our previous high, we're good. Price stop in the middle, turn around, we're good. Price on here at this previous low, and it's bouncing off. And then as you see, it bounced off that previous low, um, but it broke below that previous low just a little bit right here, right? Just a little bit right here. So when price came back to retest the high, price created a higher high followed by a higher low. So higher high, and this was the higher low when we needed to price to do a higher um high, right? We want price to create higher highs. Same here, price was at a higher high, followed by another higher high, and then followed by another high. So if we're buying, price needs to make higher highs. And then for your lows, it need to be a higher low, followed by I would say it's a lower low because it's the lowest low followed by higher lows. So to keep the confusion down, this would be a lower low followed by a higher low, followed by another higher low. But I know they put low high because they have the lows first. So, all right. So, and this would be a lower low. All right. So for uptrend, price has to create higher highs. And then for the lows, have to be a lower low followed by lower highs. For downtrend, price has to create higher high followed by higher low, followed by lower lows. So that would be the same in trading. It'll pull back. Right. And as you see, these little lows can be used as resistant lows for the highs. Um, but we can get into that later. So this is what I want you to practice on. Practice, 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 right? Um, and let me see for where did I try to go for the day? Here you go. And when I go to my example, I did just as that. Right? We did all those little markers that we just made. We did that over here in a live market, right? And then we found our range of market. Then we saw price created a lower low followed by a higher low, followed by another higher, a lower high, right? Right. So lower low followed by a lower high, followed by another lower high, high highs, high highs, high highs. Oh, what happened? Going back to SL. Boom. High high followed by higher low. This would have been a higher low, right? So I want you to work on it. Just work on it. It's gonna take time. Find the right chart. See how I was trying to find a chart and I didn't like it, right? So trade that goes with trends like NZDJPY, like so this is what your homework I need your homework to look like. Just practice. So take a screenshot of that. Practice, 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 practice. As we continue, we're gonna start talking about market structure and all that. But if you don't have the foundation, the basic part of swing highs, swing lows, identifying swing highs, swing lows, identifying an uptrend versus a downtrend and a range market, then everything else doesn't matter. Um, If you're still with me all the way up to this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I do apologize for my explaining. So this is helping me explain better when I'm doing multiple things like reading or explaining or marking stuff up. I tend to go into like a quietness. So I apologize, but thank you for staying with me to this whole video. So go practice, 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 practice. Practice is no rush. There's literally no rush to try to use your real money right now. It's no rush. Go through the JPYs and see if you can find trade setups that you like, and then identify the swing highs and the swing lows. Identify swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Like even with this one on the day, oh, we see this right. Prices at a high, and then price followed by a higher low, right? And this price lower low. So you want price to come down because it created a high low to break into this low, right? And this is the beginning of the downtrend. Um, we'll talk about that trend line later. It broke the trend line, but see, this happened on a higher time frame. So we can look for this to be a very good trade coming up soon, right? Once it breaks this low here, it breaks this resistant level. I mean the support level, because in the past it was resistant, 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 support, 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 support. Once it break through the support, boom, create a lower low. Oh, want price to pull back to retest the the higher low that it broke out of, and then we can look for a selling opportunity. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of the work is in the chart. You have to go try. You know what I'm saying? You got to go mark them up. It literally does not stop. It don't stop. Like it does not stop. And I don't really use indicators. Like I would use indicator to verify, but I don't really use indicators. So, um, and they help you from like losing trades. Like there was a loss that I hit. Um, this week. I'm gonna show you so I can get off. But I actually profit this trade way before it started dropping, but no here there. Um, so it's real close here, and then it boom, way back to. So this was the previous high, previous low. Price broke out, created a new high, retesting that low. So honestly, it could kind of still be in this trade, because it didn't break below. It didn't break below. It created a high, and it had to come down to test this low. So if price come back up, we could still be buying. But I got out on this trade just being iffy. Because as you see, I would have hit the sell loss. So some of it we took profit up here, but getting all the way to the low, we did not. And that was on my fault because when I dropped down to the 1 hour time frame, and this can go over your head, you see where I marked obvious highs. So high to the low, obvious high to a low, then obvious high to a low, then obvious high and low. And then in here, price Price did this. This is the new high. And then this was the low here. So anything in between that was just the distraction. Price pullback, create a higher high. See? Higher high, followed by higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. So I saw that early, so that was on me. Anyway, um, none of this is gonna go away. You're still gonna use all this in the end. So I want you to get comfortable with it. Go do what I just did with GBP CAD. Keep playing this video, watch it over and over and over, especially the last part where I went and marked it up for you. Yeah, I went and marked it up for you. And if you can practice on a smaller 30 minutes, but it's not gonna be as significant and obvious as it is on a higher time frame. So like it's the previous high. I'm gonna show you what I mean to the previous low. Then this previous high, previous low, low, equal low. That's a higher high right here. The highs, bro, you want to see if the lows are equal or did they respect each other, disrespect each other. So you pull back all the way here. Then price pull back up to here. So this is how you would do it, right? Even on a small time frame. High highs, followed by another high high, followed by a high high, followed by another high high. If it's buying, it's the lowest low, followed by a lower high, a higher low, yeah, higher low, followed by another higher low. It's coming back, we testing that previous high, higher low. All right, and then the next low is here. This previous high to this previous low, and it retest that, right? Put a higher low right here. Okay, once you get done with that, all right, want to make sure everything's understood. Once you get done with this, you want to go and practice identify your high and low with zones like this. To that high, to that low. From this high, we're gonna change the color. To this low. To this high. To this low. And then this high. And then this particular low. All right, so now we got the highs and the lows all drawn up, right? Let's look and see the price. We gotta pay attention to previous high, right? You have to pay attention and look at the previous swing high, swing low. So this is the previous swing high, and this is the swing low. So this is where we at right now. Swing high, swing low. For price to continue to buy, it has to break this high, come back and retest the previous high All right, to determine if it's a small pullback, shallow pullback, or a deep pullback, and we'll go over those in the next lesson when we start talking about market reversals, and all that good stuff. Temporary pullbacks, long-term reversals, and stuff like that. So the price came, as you can see, where this yellow zone. Price tried to get up there, but it didn't. It got there, this high, and the low came back in generally to where the previous high is, right? So that would be the break and retest, right? Then price created a new high and low. So from this high, this low to this high to this low. So now we have a new high followed by a new higher low. Price brought up, created a new high. If you can see, price came back and created a new higher low, and that higher low retested back generally somewhere between the previous higher high. All right, so that is a major that's a major play. So you can see what's going on. All right, same thing. Here's a higher high. Everything in between is no, it's price come back, and you need price to break above it to retest. Price broke above it and retested it, created a new high, and followed by a higher low, right? Because this low did not take each other out. So that high low, because this is high, this is a lower low, right? This low high, because I put higher low. This right here did not take out the previous. Same thing with this one. It didn't take out the previous or the original. When price came back and did that crazy pullback here, it still didn't take out the previous. It didn't take out the previous before that, and it didn't take out the original. And then price could have made a new high and low. Price come back, retest it. It didn't take out this previous before that. It didn't take out the previous before that one, just the blue, and then take out the previous, which is the yellow, and then boom. Yeah, it didn't take out the previous in yellow. The lows was a higher low. They did not take out. I mean, the highs did take out each other, higher highs, so it broke of break of a structure, break a structure, break a structure, break a structure. But now we look to see if the change of character happened, right? So price bought up, create a new high, create a new low. When this new low come back, it come back to where the previous high was. So we're looking for a continue of a buy. GBP CAD, and right now, as you can see, price is bouncing like so. Um, So when price break above, because it made this high, when price come back up to here, you probably start getting into it. But let's look at the overall. So let's say you're a day trading, you want to pull back to your hour. Okay. Say you want to pull back to your 4. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. When we looking at the obvious, it's not too bad, right? All right, let's look at the day. Cool. So these are shorter movements happening into these longer movements. High, low, boom, high, low, high. All right, so by utilizing from the day to the 1 hour, marking it up, or even 30 minutes, you can see how the price look on overall. Me personally, I like to mark this up starting off on a higher time frame, so I get the obvious. So my obvious will look like from the high to this low, from this high to that low. That is cool, but let me show you what it look like, and then we're out of here. Cause that's obvious. We on the day, so it's an obvious low to obvious high. Right? You ain't gotta hurt yourself. Obvious low to obvious high. Obvious low. We want the obvious. Not quite. Want the obvious. Boom. This low. All right. Okay, so it will look like this. From that candle with the candle, so previous high, previous low. For me, previous high, previous low. Previous high, Oh, yeah. Change the color previous high. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure you got it. Previous low. All right. Previous high. Previous low was that pullback was pretty aggressive, but they didn't take it out. Then here's my favorite right here. Previous high low. Previous high at that time and the previous low at that time. All right. So let's do it. It's the high, followed by high, followed by another high, and then you have that final higher high right there. And then again, you have your lower low, followed by a higher low, followed by another higher low, followed by another higher low, and that higher low. And it was a higher low for a while. Yeah, and this was a what lower low. Okay, so see, that's all you got to do. And then when you drop down to your time frames, it's easier, right? Because now I know how far I can trade, and I can start focusing on from here to here what them chart patterns look like. If this is the trend that I'm looking at right here, and I need price break above, is this a good level to use? Yeah, because price never broke above it before. I'm at my low, price come back up. Boom, you can get in about right there. Set stop loss down here below the pivot, that previous low. Boom. Now I need to see if whenever price break above this level. That's what we're looking for. Nothing significant, so I don't need to trade it. Boom. Price got above it. When it came above, price break and retest here. So let's say I want to get into that trade. I'm just show you briefly. I don't really look at it like that, but it's on a higher time frame. Let's say I want to get in. Just gonna get in right there. Put my sell loss a little bit below, and when we get, let's see if we get that trade. Cause this is my high, then my low. Oh wait, how do I do that? Oh, I was looking at this high and this low. This high to this low. Boom, boom. Let's see if I do a 2-to-1 when it go that far. So I sell us is a little bit below that. We would enter in back on that pullback. do a 2-to-1 or a 211. All right, I'm just gonna stop there. See if price hit it. Boom. It will have create a new high followed by a breakup character. But when you look at that breakup character, it didn't take out that's original low. They didn't take that low out. Price came back to retest. Didn't take that low out, right? Boom. Think that low didn't take the previous low out. And then we're not trading until price break the low because it didn't get back up to the high. It tried. Boom. All right. Create a low. Price tried to get back up to this high because this was the high. This was the low. Price broke the low, but you got to come back retesting that high. Yeah. And that's kind of where we at right now. So, I wanted to work this with you. It could be a break and retest. Then you want to come down here, find that chart pattern. We'll talk about that later. This is a good level. Boom, boom. Okay, but we'll talk about this later. I want you to go practice on it, bro. Like practice. You just see me do this on a smaller time frame. It's better to do on a larger time frame. You just saw me do it from a higher time frame. You saw me do it from a smaller time frame. I'm looking for the obvious. So if you go to your higher time frame, you will find the obvious highs and lows. I'm telling you, even just off of your day, your month will help you out a whole lot. Like your month will help you out a lot. Like um, it's easy to trade. Let's say in the decade, and then coming off on a month, just practicing. This is just a practicing. I'm trading at the month. This is a practice time frame for me, right? So boom, you want to start off on the month like that, right? And mark them. NZD CAD is a little iffy. So if you find something like this, drop down to the week, and it should give you a better high and low for it. So find a chart where you can go practice your highs and lows, breaking into highs and lows, breaking into highs and lows. BPNZD. I'm trying to, yeah, like this. Boom. See how this is actually a lot easier to read, right? It's a lot easier to read. Boom. Right? It's a lot easier to read than me sitting up on it. So I'm marking this and it got equal amount of highs and equal amount of lows. What they're trying to tell me, consolidation. All this was ranging. All right. We see that range from the top and then price sold down. Boom. Right. So you need to focus on it. That's honestly that's how you practice. I don't want to I drag this video as long as I could. But practice on it, man. If you mark a chart up and you get it like this, it's no direction, find another one. It's too many. It's too many out there. Um, there you go. Oh, but try it off your month and your week, like high to my low, to my high to my low, low, low to the high to the low, right? Marking them. Practice. I mean, I don't really know how to stress it enough. I actually made this a little longer than it should have been, but practice. And if you want some mentorship, because that's going to help, then guess what? Tap into me, reach out to me, let me know what type of mission, what you need. We can do it on all your terms. What do you need? All right. But practice. This is what I want you guys to be working on, man. And hopefully working on it like this can help you in your trading journey. All right. So continue to tap in. We'll have more lessons, more courses like this, and I'll get better at teaching them more and more. Like I said, I built the academy from scratch, Church State Academy, and even through all those people that I teach, I still have issues when it comes to just being confident in the things that I'm saying. All right. So if you know me, then kudos to you because you know someone that's give you the skill. Continue to dive in. I'm the plug. So if you didn't learn anything from the video, I understand. But if you did learn at least one thing from this video, make sure you press that like, share, and subscribe, hit that bell, and never miss our next lesson. All right, man. Like I said, I kind of made this video a little longer than possible. I'm definitely gonna keep working on it, maximizing the time. But that's what I got for you, man. Start up on a day, market on a day, market on a week, so you can see the overall trend, and then go down to your time frames, see what they look like. And then if you like time frames like 15, 30, 1 hour, mark it up on your 1 hour, and drop down to your 15 and 30, see what it look like. Um, Mark it up on your day, drop down to your 4 hour, your 1 hour, look, see what it look like. If it doesn't give you what you need on the day, pull back to your week, pull back to your month, and then drop day. But a week is good enough. You pull back to that week and then just start looking at where the trend actually started, and you'll probably still see more highs and lows made inside of that. So that's all I got for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And through all this craziness that we just went around the world in 80 days for no reason, and then I had to turn around and do this and do that, do this and that. Look, through all this, man, at some point in time, trying to figure out this skill, which to trade, what currency to trade. Should I do stocks? Should I do Forex? Should I do options? Should I do um hedge funds and all this good stuff? What should I invest in? Through all of this, at some point in time, you're gonna say,
Forex is stupid.
and I agree. See you next time here for Forex Stupid. Yep, that's all I got for you, man. No, I am the plug to Forex. So I hope I can plug you in more and more. All right. Peace.